Good morning. Nabii Dunia tarehe 25 mwezi wa 9 mwaka 2018. Nabii alitoa unabii katika nchi za Afrika. Changamoto ya kiuchumi, upungufu wa chakula na mazao. Amen.
Fighting for survival, farmers in northern Nigeria risk their lives to secure produce. But a surge in attacks on them is threatening the nation's food reserves and putting millions of people at risk of starvation. So, how can farm workers and crops be protected? This is Inside Story. Hello and welcome to the program. I'm Mohammed Jamjoom. Attacked by armed bandits and being kidnapped or forced to pay levies before they can reach their farmlands. Farmers in northern Nigeria are caught between protecting their lives and their livelihoods. Deteriorating security in the northwest is reducing food reserves and adding to the nation's food crisis. Its estimated output has dropped by 60%. The violence is compounding challenges caused by climate change and the coronavirus pandemic. Ahmed Idris reports from Katsina State, where hundreds of people, including school children, have been recently abducted.
In northwestern Nigeria, where armed bandits roam free, mass burials are a regular event. Hardly a day passes without an attack on a village somewhere that leaves either dead or injured and those taken hostage. Entire villages have been sacked, crippling local economies and social activities.
If you compare the amount we have spent for over 6 years in terms of trying to control this, the loss of man-hours by farmers that could not access their farms, the loss of working bulls, the loss of cattle, the loss of means of livelihood, people who cannot access their farms, the quantum is better imagined. It has negatively, in fact, impacted on the lives of our people.
The violence that began as a localized conflict between farmers and cattle herders in just one area has now escalated to a full-blown crisis affecting the whole region and beyond. The recent abduction of hundreds of school children by those the government describes as bandits underlines the worsening security situation in northwest Nigeria. Many farmers here have been forced to leave their land after being unable to pay off the armed groups. The Cattle Herders Association says nearly every member has had some animals stolen.
Here at the cattle market, there are only a few animals on display. Raids by armed bandits have depleted stocks and potential buyers are staying away. And in the grain section of the market is a similar picture.
The Northwest is Nigeria's main grain and cereal producing region. The fighting here has sparked fears of food shortages in the months ahead. With attacks now growing in number and sophistication, reassuring words from the central government offer little comfort to those facing such violence and the misery it brings. Ahmed Idris, Al Jazeera, Northwest Nigeria.
Nigeria's food stocks have declined to less than 30,000 metric tons, a fraction of what it needs. The UN has warned people in the Northeast could face famine. 2.7 million people in that region were projected to face critical hunger last year. An estimated 53% of the population required humanitarian assistance. Years of armed conflict, mainly with Boko Haram, has worsened the food crisis that's driven primarily by poverty. The group has been blamed for the killing of dozens of farmers in recent months.